Hey, what's up? It's your girl Tamara, aka Girl from Harlem.
It's your cousin Juju.
It's your boy Burgundy Jack. Dance.
And this is Ray Daniels, a.k.a. No,
you gotta step yours up.
Let's let that roll.
You gotta step yours up, Ray.
And this is Ray Daniels, a.k.a. the culture referee.
No.
And this is the culture report.
You better do some Ray.
This nigga just put it to like, this is Burgundy Jack, and I'm here on the radio. And if you listen to me Monday through Friday, 1 4 to 6, and if you need something, like he went in.
He was in the mirror practicing.
Okay, this is Ray Daniels, a.k.a. the culture referee, and this is the culture report, a.k.a. presented by the Gall Show. Let's go. And obviously we're in silly moves right now because Burgundy Jack is on the show.
You know.
Sorry. Before we get started, can y'all like, can y'all subscribe, can y'all share? That costs nothing. Shout out to our sponsors, Yoko Vodka. Shout out to our sponsor, Tote and Carry. And shout out to our newest sponsor, Too Lost. Let's give it up for Too Lost, guys. Shout out to Too Lost. Let's get it. We're going to have something big we're doing with them. But let's get into it, T. Let's go.
I'm sorry because Jack Bird like that.
Bird.
Okay, so.
I told you I've been media trained. I've been working on
I know you was in the mirror. I'm proud of you. Okay, so the security guard in the Montgomery brawl was charged with 3rd-degree assault, which makes no sense because he was the one attacked.
He going to get off.
You think he going to get off? But why would they even charge him then? What was the purpose?
Who knows?
Because he's in Alabama. He's a black man in Alabama.
That's what I'm thinking.
A white man.
So is race. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, but sometimes. Okay, so you got to look at it like this. Look at it from this standpoint. We all know how us as black people felt about that day. But you got to understand that for every yin, there's a yang. For every black person that's like, yes, there was a white person that was like, would you look at that? Would you look at how they're acting?
Come look at this, Billy.
So politically, sometimes you got to bring charges just for the sake of saying I brought charges rather than not bringing charges because it's a morally great story. So I could see them pressing charges or whatever it is because they kind of have to. It's kind of like,
right,
like, I'm going to do this, but I guarantee
But it's also, Alabama's still a lynch mob state too. So like, by that being said.
But it's a national story. And it's a national story. And they are that, but they're not going to lynch in the middle of the season. Like, well, everybody's watching, right? It's kind of like, let's lynch in off season when nobody cares. Like, they're not going to get the face of, if you think about throwing a hat in the sky, it's that guy is the face of that now.
Yeah. Right.
They're not going to get, that's why I feel like they did it because they kind of had to. But dog, do you understand how politicized that moment would be and how much it'll hurt Alabama if they go hard at that man based on what everybody saw? Because even in the light of the law, there's still a right and a wrong. And I think that sometimes they just do it politically to just file and then go quiet. Like, okay, we got him now. And now, you know what I mean? So I think everything is political, but I don't think he gonna get off.
Yo, the crazy shit is I actually used to live in Alabama.
What?
And when I was a teenager, and that's the first time that someone not black or not called me a nigga.
Oh Lord.
Really?
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know, as long as Atlanta and people say the South, I've never been dealt with racism.
Because it's the difference is like when I say Alabama, like because Atlanta, I always explain this to people, right? When you come to Georgia. They say, I'm coming to Atlanta. You be like, all right, what part of Atlanta are you going to? They be like, oh, I'm going out to Locust Grove. You be like, no, you're not going to Atlanta. You're going to Georgia. So it's a difference. Like Atlanta it's a metropolitan. And there's certain parts of Atlanta where you're like, so far east you can go, so far north you can go, so far south, so far west you can go. And that's considered Atlanta. But like for Alabama, everything is like, it's Montgomery, Selma, Birmingham, like these are all places that still have racism prevalent, and it's like it's an underlying factor of how the culture is built there.
Hold on, Jack. What did you say? What did you do with the white person?
What
Nothing.
did I say to him?
I got family in Alabama. I already know how I get down.
What did I say?
Yeah, like how did that situation play out? Okay, I'm making sure. I'm waiting on my day. I promise. I'm waiting on my
Crazy.
I definitely think we should. I definitely think everybody should make a GoFundMe for my man's though, because if he going to
that brother. He is gonna get off. Like, we ain't even gotta
he still need to go for you. That brother don't need to. He don't even need to be. Let's play like 150 racks for my man.
Right, we do it for everybody.
We're not gonna pay that. We ain't gonna get enough. It's not.
Yeah,
get
somebody big is gonna probably come in and say, "Yo,
yeah, to
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry,
love it.
We all love Tyler Perry.
Word.
Okay, so exciting. Grammy nominations are out. So we got a Grammy nomination in house, right? And you worked on some projects. What you got going on, Juju?
I didn't get any nominations this year.
Not this year, but Ray, I know you got the
family
big stuff.
did, though.
The big stuff. Come on, shout out to T-Ron.
The only black man to be nominated for Songwriter of the Year is my guy Teron Thomas, who I been managing since he was working in Party City.
That's crazy.
A long way from Party City to partying at the Grammys, but we're gonna get there. I think he got a really good chance at winning. I really do.
Okay, so I was kind of shocked that Gunna didn't get nominated for a Grammy because his rap album was one of the biggest rap albums that came out this year.
It's politics. Gunna is not really outside promoting his album and politicking his album. So I mean, I understand why it wasn't nominated.
I think that the reason why the Grammys is so prestigious is because it's your peers. And I can't see his peers rewarding what they see as bad behavior. I was about to say bad behavior. I could see them kind of not wanting to reward it.
He's not even the biggest snub of the Grammys though. The biggest snub was Rimmer. Yeah. Rimmer got snubbed bad.
I think the biggest snub was us too.
You should.
I think Lil Durk. I think we should have. I just knew that was.
Me too. I thought that was an automatic, no question.
I know we getting that.
Y'all definitely
respect Songwriter Year, but I'll take.
Still take it, right?
Songwriter Years, that's
Songwriter Year.
I'll take that on Rap Song of the Year.
That's crazy.
Any award. What?
This only the second year they had the category. Y'all got it. So
yes.
Oh, that's big. That's
but the reason I say Rimmer got snubbed, Rimmer literally had the biggest song in Afrobeat history.
Right.
And he didn't even get nominated. Like he didn't.
Yeah, I think Burna Boy got nominated for the
Afrobeat
stuff.
Burna,
Tyler,
DeVito, Tyler.
Yeah.
Man, a lot of the homies are nominated, but definitely Rimmer should have got nominated because he got snubbed on that.
Wait, is this true? Ice Spice got 4 Grammy nominations?
Yeah, she definitely did.
That's crazy.
Nicki's first Grammy nomination. Well, not nomination, but hopefully.
Nomination?
Don't be making fun of me.
Nomination.
Do you think that they're going to win? This is going to be Nicki's first with Barbie World?
Probably not.
Damn, Nicki's never going to get a Grammy?
I think she'll get like a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Grammys don't do that.
The Grammys don't do that. Hell no. That's the NAACP, my brother.
You either won, either
that's
you.
BET Awards. It's called the BET Awards.
It's about the BET Awards, the Billboard Awards.
Okay, my bad.
The Grammys, there's no.
No, Nicki's just not getting one. Okay.
Hey, y'all remember when Michael Jackson won the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Grammys? I mean, at the BET Awards that year, and he went up there and he said, "I want to thank the Academy," and then it was like
what
and he kind of looked back and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, this is BET Awards." Y'all remember that?
No.
Yeah,
that's funny as hell.
He can receive the award. He's like, "I want to thank the Academy," and he's like, "Oh, it's BET." It was just funny.
Well, he used to racket them shits up. So.
He could get them confused. Which one is which?
Can I ask a question? I got y'all a question. I want y'all to think about this. And this actually changed my life since we're talking about awards. You can take the most gangster. Matter of fact, let's not even say gangster. Let's say Sexy Red, right? Who, for all intents and purposes, is making ratchet, low vibrational music, right? Mm-hmm. We can all agree with that. I think she will agree with that. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that. If Sexy Red,
there were 4 fights at her.
That's normal. They probably got a fight section at Sexy Red concerts.
Yeah, fight club.
She was on stage. Ooh, y'all, they fighting.
Sexy Red probably got a fight over here section. But hold on, but here's what I'm saying. I gotta ask y'all because this really changed my entire thought process. Gangster, a stripper, any black person, when they win an award, I don't give a fuck if they got a song saying "I killed my mama."
Thank God.
The first thing they're gonna do is thank God.
Amen.
When a black person win an award, the first thing they're gonna do is thank God. White people don't thank God when they win their awards. Now,
Jelly Roll just did.
Now, Jelly Roll is a southern white man, which is a little different, right?
Shout out to him.
He doesn't hang with those white people. But I'm saying, watch any award show. White people don't thank God first.
I'm about to say,
and then what really changed my life is it made me say, what the hell do they know that we don't know? Why are we? Because we think.
Ray, what you starting over here?
No, Tamir, this been something in my head for 25 years. This is before I got in the music business. I used to watch award shows and be like, why don't they thank God?
What they know?
Next time you watch an award show, pay attention.
The only award show where they actually do it is like country music awards.
But that's because country music, because they're southern. No, Baptist church. Mm-hmm. It's the South, right? It's different. But if you watch the Grammys, you watch the Oscars. Next time you watch an award show,
that's real.
Watch when white people get up there. They never thank God. But a nigga can have a song called The Devil Loves Me. and that nigga's gonna go up there and say, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For like, it's weird how white people don't thank God, but black people do.
Because he also know how grandma gonna treat him too.
Because you gotta look at it from that standpoint. Like there was always a line in the Bible where it was like, God, Jesus said, if you don't claim him or something in front of everyone, then. So I always thought about it. So I think in the back of our heads, it's something to do with the Bible, but it's interesting to me that white people don't thank God when they win. It's like, what the fuck? Like a white person will win and say, I want to thank my dog, right? Because my dog he brought me this piece of paper and it's like, a nigga gonna say, thank God for my sending that piece of paper through that dog. It's just weird how they see it. And I always said to myself, they know something we don't know.
You know the answer, Ray?
Tell me.
Racism.
I don't know if it's racism.
It is.
I don't think it's racism.
Because religion was introduced to black people as a form of control, right? So they they wanted to instill fear.
No, hear me. I get that, but what I'm saying is that you're right. But I'm saying they taught us that hundreds of years ago, and it's still here. So what I'm saying is that I think that it has been passed down from generation to generation to generation.
You also got to think too. Most. But
it's something happening in their households that tells them.
Most of the black artists that go up there too, you gotta think they got Big Mama or somebody that's like that they know they got to go to a cookout.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I mean, Tamara.
Right, grandma gonna be like, you went up on in front of the stage and ain't say God.
We know for a fact our family gonna be like, boy, you forgot God.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's in the house.
Once you get behind the
you don't get ridiculed in public from it. That's what I'm trying to get you to see.
That's real.
Like no one ever got ridiculed for not thanking God. No one did, but you will get ridiculed in the house. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying it's something. That's why I said they know something we don't know, because it's when you go home when it's like, oh, who cares? God smart. He's our cousin. We made him up. You know what I mean? Like it could be anything. No, I'm being honest. Like they know something we don't know for that to happen. That's what I'm saying. You go ahead, T.
I'm gonna keep it. Andre 3000 has a new album coming out. What are we thinking? Are we excited?
I just hope that he was rapping.
Man, Hot Cross Buns, Do Re Mi. I'm listening to all that.
I just hope that he's rapping enough.
He said he's not rapping at all.
I don't think he's gonna rap.
I can't imagine that nothing's gonna be.
Hey, that brother can play the flute for 45 minutes straight, and I'm gonna listen to it.
And there's gonna be some fire flute playing though.
Bruh, even if it sounds like the Love Below, I'm happy, because he didn't really rap on the Love Below. Like, think about it. Hey Y'all, he wasn't rapping. Prototype, he wasn't rapping. He sung the whole album.
He was singing. He definitely was singing.
He sung the whole album. Like, she lives in my lap. Like, he was singing the whole album. He didn't rap the album. Big Boy album was rap. So even if you look at the Roses was on the Love Below album, but Roses, his verse was Caroline, 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 and then Big Boy rapped.
Yeah.
So he didn't even rap on the Love Below album. So that's why I'm like, I think if it feels like, I hope that you're the one.
You know what he doing?
Oh my! If it feels like that, Aaron, we out of here.
You know what I feel like he doing?
Aaron, our executive producer.
I feel like Dre sat back.
Shots fired. Now Vito gonna see. He don't watch the show anyway.
That's a fact.
I feel like Dre sat back and he was like, Marvin Gaye's one of the number one sampled artists of all time. Fuck that! I'm about to make a flute album. I'm about to be the number one sampled artist.
I can see that.
Oh, that's smart.
And that'd be hard, like, because everybody, you don't know how many producers are inspired by Dre. How many artists are inspired? You know how many people gonna go to and sample that album?
I can't wait.
That's a good way to look at it.
So you gonna listen to the 45 minutes of flute?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give Dre. I'm gonna listen to every
Ray
second.
will, with a
I'm not
big smile
that
on
actually
his
might be
face.
some Zen. It might be a Zen album to listen to. Like
if 50 Cent dropped the Whistle album, are you gonna listen to it?
Whistle.
I'm asking you. If 50 Cent dropped the album, he said this album, I'm just gonna
Jack
whistle.
is gonna be
Are you
outside
gonna
with a
listen to
boombox
it?
and the rain playing it.
Jack
Of course, it's Queens, nigga. Dre is from up the street from where I'm from, bro. I'm listening.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool.
I like that.
Just a question.
Alrighty then. So Drake and J. Cole are going on tour. I just don't see how them two kind of linked up. But first of all, Drake is supposed to be taking a break. Didn't he say he was taking a break for health issues?
I just asked you, why is Drake staying in stadiums? Are they staying in arenas?
So you know why Drake?
Right.
Well, you know why they really doing this tour, and what makes it interesting. This is like so.
Don Vito's not here to tell you to be quiet. So
it reminds you of Dollar in the Dream, right?
Thank you, Aaron.
When J. Cole did Dollar in the Dream, he did all B markets. Drake does. If you notice on Drake's tours, he never does B markets. So this is Drake's chance to get into B markets because J. Cole
does B markets.
You got to tell me.
So like now,
see, I got to dap you on that. See, by the way, guys, this is why I love Juju being on the show. Okay, our executive producer, our acting executive producer said no, it's different. But it's all like Juju because Juju actually, that's really a dope observation.
Wait, what's a B group?
So B Market is
like you would never understand that because you're a girl from Harlem.
Oh,
but if you were a girl from Kansas City, you will understand what B Market is.
So smaller towns?
Yeah, it's towns that normally don't get a show because you don't have like
Birmingham doesn't have you gotta look at it like this. Small towns, they don't even have football teams. Like that's why college football is so big and high school football because those little towns, all they can hold on to is those.
I never thought of that.
I know because you're from a big
and they'll
market.
they'll actually do the show if they go to Birmingham, they'll do the show in Tuscaloosa at Alabama Stadium.
Yeah,
that makes so much sense.
Do it in Nashville.
Yeah.
I thought he was going for the cancel the ones he didn't make on his first tour. I thought this was like the makeup.
No,
spin the block thing.
The B sides of like songs like the B.
No. I
see
what you talking about. I know what you thought I was going. In my head, I thought that Drake was spinning the block on all the tours that he canceled.
No.
He's trying to make up.
He's
because he ain't coming to Atlanta.
He's using
J. Cole has a foothold in those small markets.
Okay.
So Drake is like now. I mean, it's my chance to go touch those markets.
That's
and like,
cute.
These are like they're doing arenas. They're still doing arenas and doing stadiums on the tour.
All right. Well, I guess I just don't see J. Cole fans like they're a little opposite ends to me, like J. Cole fans and Drake fans. I feel like
it's gonna be the interesting kids versus the cool kids that think it's gonna be that little group.
It's gonna look like Dreamville. It's gonna like Dreamville Fest or OVO Fest. If you see either one of those.
The Drake fans is more mainstream. J. Cole fans is more like you said, B market. So I think it's gonna be a mixture of the cool kids and the kids that ain't cool, and they going in.
Because I'm gonna go to the Nashville show.
I'm going with you.
To the New Orleans.
Yeah, Nashville. Let's do the Nashville.
Yeah,
Barry, we need some tickets.
All right, so
let's go.
Before I go into new music, Chris Brown only did one interview while promoting his new album 1111, and it was with Funny Marco. And I want to talk about that. I think that it's interesting that.
By the way, I think we have 2 songs on that album, so there it is.
Make sure y'all stream it. I think artists are kind of stepping away from traditional type rollouts for their shows. Like I think any other time when people have an album like this, they would have been on Good Morning America. They would have been on The Breakfast Club.
Chris Brown wouldn't.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is, he's decided to do an interview with Funny Marco, which is more content driven, right? So.
But I mean, what is he really going to say that he hasn't said already?
He got a whole album.
I mean that. But
yeah, but like Jack is right. Like, what is Chris like? There gets to a point where you know what it is. Mm-hmm. Like it's like, do I have to come out and tell y'all why this? Because what happens is that we get tired of the trick. Mm-hmm. Every year it's like, and this album is my best album. And it's like you kind of lose the fans, so you kind of got to get to that place where you're like, it is what it is. Here's the music. If y'all fuck with it, y'all gonna let me know. I'm Chris Brown. But y'all fuck with something I did. Like this album is not gonna make or break Chris Brown's career. Mm-hmm. So why would I go? Talk to media outlets who probably want to talk about shit that has nothing to do with this album. Like it's not like Good Morning America. The Good Morning America is gonna be like, so since the Rihanna thing is why is that coming up?
But I feel like on the opposite end, Rick Ross and Meek Mill just came out with,
and they only did 35,000 copies.
I'm about to say they need it. They need that.
They only did 35,000 copies.
They independent though, right? They
but the point is that they had to work because they're not a part of a machine. So they are the machine. They own it all. So it's that's just slightly different. But Chris Brown is, Did
you guys get to listen to the album? Anybody?
I ain't gonna lie to you. No, I didn't. I haven't listened to it yet.
Can I be real with you?
Next week, Thanksgiving.
Can I be real with you? As a, it's gonna sound crazy as a fan, but I'm gonna just say this. I don't think there's anything Rick Ross or Meek Mill could say on this album that we haven't heard them say. And I think that in the world of algorithms, I think that the smartest thing you can do after you get to a superstar status is give people a chance to miss you and then come back. But if Future dropped right now, the world is gonna go crazy.
Absolutely.
If Drake drops right now, the world is gonna be like, oh, okay, Drake dropped. But Drake dropped a few months ago. If Future drops right now, it's gonna be like, oh shit, because he gave us a chance to miss him. So I think that in today's world, artists, like Rick Ross and Meek, I think that, and it felt like, and a lot of times it feels like, and this sounds, I'm not saying it's about them, but I'm saying this in general, it sometimes feels like it's a money grab.
I think their content is actually more interesting than probably the album is too. Like
now,
it was really interesting when Ross in the background dancing because Meek is freestyling.
Love
Like
it.
I think that's better than what I'm gonna get from the album. Personally,
That's true. But I'm not gonna say a money grab. I'm gonna just say it feels like it's a part of a bigger story. So it's like where the album was the main story and that's what we dropped. Now it feels like let's drop this album because we got this show coming up and we want to do a tour together and we want to do this together. So sometimes it's like the album is just a child of that moment. I don't want to say money grab because them niggas they rich as fuck already. They ain't worried about money, but it just feels like they didn't care if this album did well or not. It was more about them just bonding and doing their thing together.
But I think, well, for one, I think they had kind of fell out a little bit. So a few years ago. So
that's what I'm saying. Like this,
like
this what I'm saying.
Bringing it back.
So that this album is a child of that. That's what I'm saying.
And it's kind of overdue because I would have thought we would have had this album 5 years ago.
Well, I mean, there was certain comments that were like, "How long did you hold this Future hook?" Or "How long did you have like?"
You know what I'm saying?
So you could tell they've been working on this album for a while. So,
but sometimes it's about timing. You know, you gotta just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The people know. Okay, so I'm really interested to hear you guys' opinion on this. So Jim Jones said that Jewels had the potential to be greater than Jay-Z ever was. How do we feel about that?
I love Jim.
I like Jim Jones.
Like when I tell you, I think Jim is the realest, one of the realest human beings in the music business, and he tripping.
That Linux app project
That's
was
not
hard.
where I thought this was going.
No. Because let me tell you what I say that. I love Jim, and I know we want Jim on the show. Jack is making it happen, but I would tell him, in my opinion, he bugging. Jay-Z is one of one. 100%. Jay-Z is one of a billion. He's not even one of one. He's one out of a billion. I think Jewels had a chance to be bigger than Cam because Cam is a Harlem nigga. Like he's the quintessential Harlem nigga. Arrogant as fuck. Like nigga, as long as I'm on 125th Street and they love me, I don't care what nobody think. Real Harlem energy. And Jewels kind of came in the game and he could have went worldwide if he wanted to. But I think he could have been bigger than Cam. But to say he could have been big as Jay,
it's crazy.
Jewels don't have I can't think of a verse that Jewels has that made me say, ooh, like I can't even, like when I think about give me Jewel's best verse. Like if I go to Nicki Minaj, if I say Nicki Minaj, give me Nicki Minaj verse of a decade, what would y'all say?
Miss Piggy?
Monster, of course.
Everybody would say Monster.
Itty Bitty Piggy.
Or Itty Bitty Piggy.
Okay, I would say that, but I don't know what that is, but I'm saying Monster.
You do know, you just don't
okay,
know
I probably
that
that's what I'm saying, but I know Monster. When you say Nicki's verse of her life is Monster. What's Jewel's verse? Like you could say 50 Cam verses. But that's what I'm saying. I think Jewels just was likable.
The whistle song.
Not the whistle song.
Hey.
Oh, y'all not gonna do my friend like that.
No.
I Can't Feel My Face mixtape that he did with Lil Wayne was really, really, really a good mixtape.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Jim Jones got a better verse than Jules had. Like that verse from the Linux Ave project, that 7 Linux and what about the East Side? I think that was harder than
That one?
Harlem. That record was
I like
harder.
the way you did it. That sounded really good.
That record was hard.
Yeah, but I just think that I think Jewels is dope. Let me just say, I think everybody, all of them are dope. I just think Jay-Z is at a level of past dope. Like
Who's the best rapper out of Dipset?
To me,
Yes.
Cam. Cam can rap his ass off.
They said, could Cam really rap or was he just cool?
Mace wasn't in Dipset.
Well, he wasn't in Dipset, but
we'll take it.
like,
Hold on, who's a better rapper,
Dipset.
Cam or Mace?
Mace.
Cam.
Mace.
Cam.
Not Murder Mace.
Cam.
I'm gonna say Cam or Mace.
Cam.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Who's a
said
better
Mac
rapper?
Mace?
Rapper Cam or Mace? Who's a better rapper?
Who's cooler? Like who was cooler?
No, who is a
said
better rapper?
Cam.
Damn.
Cam.
Mace got bigger and better songs, but Cam definitely like play on words, get into it.
Mace was just like Mace was a cool Mace. You could tell Mace had some Southern in him. Like he could tell he was like a.
Ooh, that's hard. That's so
Like,
hard.
Southern in them.
Y'all can't just say Cam like and just dismiss Mace.
Like Mace had like a little Southern. Like you could tell like he hung around the South.
Yes.
You remember
Where
the
Mace
song-
was hanging out with
You
in the
remember the
South.
song?
Bro,
that,
the fact he was around Diddy used to
I
be in
know you
Atlanta
know this
all
song.
the
Hate
time.
y'all.
You remember the song that Mace had with Lil' Kim on Jermaine Dupri's album? Fucking with my mom.
Yeah, of course. I know you like my lazy flow, but here come my crazy flow. Did a lot to make some dough.
This is worse than the time
Can I tell?
y'all took in the club
Can I tell
from
y'all a
us.
story why I became a Mace fan? This is a true story. I wasn't a Mace. By the way, I wasn't a Mace fan at all. Well, my best friend at the time, who was also trying to rap, we was like 17, and he was working at the auction. And
At the car auction?
At the car auction. My best friend was. And he was coming home telling us, I drove that Benz, I drove this, well, I drove this. Now, he hated Mace too. So we in the car talking, and he's like, man, I hate this nigga. This nigga is terrible. And Mace has a line where he says, niggas talk it, but they ought to quit. Fortunate, they don't get a fourth what I get. And those be the same one walking while I whip. Just started seeing cars because they auction it.
I got
Your homie was like, oh shit.
And he said that, and that line, and I was like, yo, he was talking about you.
He talking about you.
That's how at that day, I was like, I'm a Mace fan.
He got cooked and didn't even realize.
I mean, and literally he said it as that line was coming in. We in the car, he like, I hate this nigga. And then he says that line, and I'm like, damn, that nigga really knew you was gonna be in the car.
Hey, that's a pastor. That's
he got
pastor.
like he said, just seeing cars, just started seeing cars because they auction it.
While y'all daydream,
I'ma stay clean, and I did like and it was like at that moment I became a Mace fan.
He ate them
but
up.
I will say this, I'm gonna say Cam is a better rapper, 51-49. I hate to do it, but when I say that is because Cam was clever, and the thing about Cam that I think that Cameron that I think that we don't give him is that he probably was the most awkward rapper superstar. Everybody else, even look at Big, right? Big gets on Bone and Biggie and he raps like them, right? Big gets on a Southern record and he rap like them. Like Big he could do whatever. Like most rappers, they kind of give you like Jadakiss talk about chicks because he on an Usher record, right? But Cameron would be on a record with Mariah and be like, selling crack in Harlem. this. And it was like, this nigga don't give a fuck.
He definitely wasn't changing the verse.
This nigga would be like, everybody would be like, we stay hustling till the sun come up, crack a 40 till the sun come down. Here come Cam. And Cameron said it. Like, it was like, he was just himself. Like, he was like,
that's real.
He had his own flow. And then there's one more thing I got to give him. He had 2 different eras. Because he had that. Yeah, Cameron. And he had that real soft, what mean the world to you? My money, my car. He had that real soft flow. And then he came back around with a different flow. And I feel like because he was able to pivot in a career once or twice, I got to give him 1% over Mace. But Mace
came back after
better
being
songs.
Yeah, bigger, better, like
Mace came back after being a preacher.
He made classics.
Mace made better songs.
I mean, Cam has a bigger body of work, first and foremost. I mean, Mace technically has 2 albums. One of them was a smash. The other one was you know what I'm saying?
How many songs you got?
I think, in my opinion, I think all 3 of Cam's albums are classics. Confessions of Fire, SDE, and Come Home With Me.
I said, okay, I can say that.
But, you know, he got, like, Purple Haze. I kind of, after
So who's better, Cam or Mace?
In my opinion, I'm going to go with Cam.
Mace.
The only one, by the way, the only important that Cameron and Mace cares about opinion if they see this, only opinion they care about is yours.
That's not fair.
Cause you the girl from Harlem. Like they like fuck Ray, fuck Juju, fuck Jack, and then Tamira goes there like this.
Yeah.
I like Cam's antics though.
Cam is a better lyricist than Mace to me.
No, we want you to give us the answer and then break it down. Who's a better rapper? Because I think Mace has better songs, but I have to say Cam's a better rapper.
Cam's a better rapper than me. Like Harlem World, that was like the first song that kind of.
Cam reminds me of the kid in high school that was like, I like it here. I ain't going nowhere. Mm-hmm. Nigga, when he 33 years old, the 17 years old in high school, he like, yo, let me tell you what you do. You go fuck that up. You do this. Fuck that teacher, nigga. Like he just comes up as a nigga like, that's why I love him. He just comes up as a nigga that's like, I ain't growing up. Like, remember he did that video where he was called his girl and he was like, I want you to know, people say we look good together. He was like, bitch, I want you to know I'll never get back. Like, he's that nigga.
I said I like his antics because he literally was shooting short films and was putting them on World Star, and they were the funniest short films in the world. Like he like I'm like, dog, like who thought of this, Cam? And he's like, I get it. He's a character. Cam is a real deal character.
You ever heard Cam's song Bottom of the Pussy Hole?
No. Let's go. Let's switch.
I don't know where we were going with that.
Nah, it's a dope record.
I made an executive decision. Executive producer.
All right, Benzino calls out Busta Rhymes for doing a music video with his daughter. He said, "Don't do no video with my daughter half naked." His daughter's like, "Please stop talking about me in your interviews. Stop using me as clout. I'm not your clout kid. That's the word that she used. One, do we think Busta Rhymes should have asked her to alter her outfit or something, or been like, I'm not comfortable with you wearing this on set, or how, like, who was wrong there?
See, I think you asked, great question, by the way, but I want you to reword it. Because I see Juju's face. Ask, if you were Busta Rhymes,
okay,
what'd you do?
If you were Busta Rhymes.
If I was Busta Rhymes, first of all, my daughter, like,
no, it's not your daughter. It's a peer's daughter.
Yeah, it's your Ray's daughter.
so I don't know if Busta's cool with Benzino.
It doesn't matter. I'm asking you if you were
It's still your
Busta.
peer.
So even if it's my peer, like if Busta's not cool with Benzino, how we know Busta wasn't just being petty? Like just being petty was like, I don't.
But let's assume he wasn't.
Right.
Oh, if he wasn't?
Let's assume that everybody in here is coming in straight up and just handling their business. And you're Busta Rhymes. Do you tell?
I'm not her dad. So
great
I'm
position.
not her father, so I can't tell her. Oh, like we did a record together, and if this how she decides she wanted to represent herself in a record, like we're not on camera doing sexual acts. She just happened to show up this way, and I'm not.
So
her
your
father.
answer is
yeah, like
you're not a father, so you're not gonna say nothing.
I'm gonna hit Benzino and be like, hey, bro, chill.
So you gonna hit him?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him. I'm like, bro, chill.
So
Like,
that's
like I wasn't like I never tried your daughter. Like I didn't try her. I didn't do nothing disrespectful. She showed up on set like that. Maybe you should think about how you parent children next time.
Ooh, you cannot.
And then I really spark some shit up.
Okay.
But like,
No, listen.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Listen, don't stop. I love it.
yeah. So like, I'll just be like, bro, like you gotta like you have an insecurity because how you parented your daughter.
Ooh.
He keep him below the belt. Okay, let's go to Jack. I love it. Jack. If you're Busta Rhymes,
If I'm Busta, would I check in with Benzino about being in the video?
no, how would you handle it? Period.
How would you? Yeah.
It's kind of hard to answer that because I kind of know Busta and I know he's not
Even better, makes
he's
it
not
better.
a disrespectful.
But that's why
course.
Benzino lame himself
That's-
for not calling him.
That's what
Calling
I'm
instead
asking
of
you.
getting
That's
on-
what I'm
He's not a
asking.
disrespectful
Now I
person.
can take that.
He
Now,
laid
I'll
himself
take
for
that.
not-
I think he don't feel like, or he didn't feel like he owed him an explanation, but he's not a disrespectful person. He
Hold
has
on.
daughters.
So
I'm
you
a
are
grown-ass
you answering
artist.
the question?
I don't think he was totally wrong for not calling him.
Yeah, he should.
Okay.
I'm a grown ass artist with my own career on my own music set, and you're gonna call my father because of my outfit?
It's not even that. I mean, they're peers. In
That's
some
why I
aspect.
get it, but
so it's kind of
you
different.
wouldn't call
but
my
then
dad.
Do you think Steve Harvey called? Do you think did he call Steve Harvey when he was dating Lori Harvey?
Probably
Wait,
did.
that was a rumor.
Come on.
No.
You know Puff Rip.
So like,
She was dating Justin though.
Hold on.
Wait,
And he
okay.
ripped too.
All right, no, we're not gonna. Okay,
But I'm just
skip.
saying,
Okay,
like-
so here's my thoughts. My thoughts is that
Taylor Swift is who y'all try to make Lori Harvey out.
okay. So here's my thoughts. I think it's very loaded. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's very loaded. I think it's one of those things where it's like, because it's so loaded, I wouldn't even have done it. But because I did it, my question is does Busta allow his grown daughter to dress like that in the video? That's the first question, right? Now, I know you're going to say, well, that's not his daughter. He raised her that way. But if you raise yours to be different, then you should keep mine with the same line that you keep yours, right? Like,
but I think but the thing is too, like they're both grown, so I can't.
but here's what I'm saying. So I never forget, and it's a true story. So I looked up my uncle who moved us to New York, from New York to Atlanta. I looked up to him my whole life. He went to jail when I was 13, and he came out when I was 17. And I remember when he went to jail, and by the way, I don't want nobody to think I'm something negative. This is years ago. I love my uncle. But I remember he got out of jail and he was doing some shit. He was like doing some, like illegal activities, like, and he would let me do it with him, but he wouldn't let his sons do it. And I never forget, I was like, his sons ain't doing it, but I'm doing it. And that made me change, like, this is like before I wanted to be in the music, that made me change my whole perspective on how I saw life. Cause I'm like, damn, like, he wouldn't let his sons go in Walmart and do the shit he got me doing. So that's when I was like, you know what? I'm not doing it. Cause I know he wouldn't do that for his son. Mm-hmm. So I give you all that to say that, in my opinion, if Busta is the type of person to tell his daughter to put clothes on, he should tell his friend's daughter to put clothes on.
But you think he would have been? You think Busta?
I don't think he would. I think Coy would have respected it, because I believe that Coy obviously is an artist who wants to push buttons. But I believe that the reason why Coy disrespects her father in public the way she does is because of shit like that. Like, I believe that if Busta said, yo, sweetheart, I know your dad since you was a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind you doing that when on your own thing, but when you next to me, can you do something different?
Mm-hmm.
I think she would have looked at it like, damn. By the way, Tamira, it goes back to what I've said on this same couch in the same seat. I don't like talking to dudes' girls because of that same reason. Like, I don't want you talking to mine, so I don't want to talk to yours.
But then once you look at it from a perspective too, like Corey's part of her brand is like literally like she's always half naked.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. Let's ask a question. Do you think if Kirk Franklin called Corey and said, I want to put you on my new song,
she's gonna show up?
Corey's gonna show up like that? No, she's not. And that's my point. There is a what Benzino really is doing, which I love, is Benzino is speaking from a father's standpoint. Because let's be clear, none of us have a kid old enough to do that. But my daughter, if Miyoki was 18 years old walking like that, like I would be fucking ashamed.
Yeah.
And I would like, and I'm being honest with you, I would want to go hide my head under a rock. If
As
I was,
But you would be more ashamed. You would be.
yes,
But
I don't want my daughter to. If my daughter feels like her value is in showing her body, I did a bad job as a father.
But that's why you would be ashamed.
What's the artist today you wouldn't mind, like, your
Ray,
daughter-
it's common knowledge that Coy has said that Benzino was not a good father. So like now he's trying to make up like the thing is.
But that's her perspective.
But this is the thing, though.
Here's the thing. Here's also important thing to say is that we all have been raised by our parents, right? All of us have, right? I'm pretty sure that none of our relation with our parents was always squeaky clean.
Right. Correct.
Nobody relationship. So there was points in times where my mom, I never get my mom took my check, and I couldn't stand her. Like I'm 17, I'm 16. I'm like, why the fuck my mom? Like, but when I was 21, I still didn't like it.
She was taking your whole check, or just?
Well, she was taking a percentage of my check.
To help
like when I got my first paycheck when I worked at McDonald's, my mother took my check, but my friend's mom let them keep their check.
Right.
So that always bothered me. But until I got about 27, 28, and then I was like, glad my mom did that because I'm so used to working, knowing that I got to take care of other mouths, that I work hard with other mouths in mind. Meanwhile, my friends who mom let them keep their check, them niggas don't know how to survive because they mom was like, that's your money is yours. And when they get kids, they like, what is my money? Well, your mom, it's not your mom raised you that way. So my point is that Coy probably is not at the age yet where she could appreciate her father. And that goes to anybody, Tamira. Like, and the only person that's smart enough to know that is a person like Busta, who is a grown ass man who has kids in college, who have grown kids. So he understands, and he also probably went through his own growing pains with his parents. So I get what y'all saying, but I'm saying at some point in time, adults have to come in the room and show the kids that there's a difference in separation of adults. And I think if Busta would have took, and it's a moral thing, has nothing to do with business, so Busta wasn't wrong business-wise. But I think if I'm Benzino and I see anybody that I came up with, even though I ain't cool with them, and they got my daughter next to them dancing.
It was cringy.
That shit was, that shit, like I feel the same way. So, it's how you look at it. If you look at it straight business, I get it. But if you look at it from a father's standpoint, which I think we need to do more of that in this society anyway, is like I always say I wouldn't tell an artist nothing I wouldn't tell my child. I wouldn't give nobody advice that I wouldn't do. I wouldn't give nobody advice that I wouldn't do. If I wouldn't do it, I wouldn't ask you to do it. So
here's my question.
And we see, and Busta don't play, my nigga. We seen the girl grab his ass and him throw a drink on her. Like Busta don't play, my nigga.
So what's the difference? What's the difference in Benzino dating somebody the same age as his daughter?
What's the difference?
What's the
difference?
difference?
You just added another layer.
But I'm just saying, what would be the difference?
The difference is that me and this person decided to date. Now, Benzino was exploiting his woman, and Benzino was on a music video for himself, and she was next to him with his ass naked. Now he's a total hypocrite. But if see what I'm trying to say? Like, it's like I wouldn't like y'all see me, like I do my best to lead by example. Y'all work with me, like I'm like, Juju, you came in, we was supposed to be a certain time. You was like, yo, I was like, yo, nigga, I'm only worried about you. Like I'm trying to be a leader. So I just think what Benzino is, it might be $1 short and a day late. Who knows? But nigga, that's my daughter. I'm saying the same fucking thing. Now, I will say the only thing Benzino was wrong at, and Benzino's a friend of the show. That's my nigga. Friend, y'all know I love Benzino. Only thing he was wrong at is he should have hit Busta and said it to himself.
I like that.
Now, he should have, but sometimes you got to send a message out loud for the next nigga that want to shoot a video with his daughter to be like, hold on, how am I? I'm 38. This nigga Benzino might say something. But you know what I mean? It just sets the tone. So I'm not mad at neither one.
Wait,
the person that's the wrong one is society and Coy.
Oh, for making
in my opinion.
Okay. Wait, last thing on this. So
hold on, let me ask you a question. You said,
wow.
okay, let me ask you a question. Everybody up here, I'm asking all y'all a question. Do y'all not think about y'all people when y'all say and do what y'all do on this seat?
Absolutely.
That's why I said Coy. Because you know who your father is. And you still don't give a fuck. So that means you got to be okay with what's going to come with.
Bro, she's been shaking ass on camera for the last 3 years, like bouncing ass.
Almost naked.
Cheeks.
Yeah.
Bouncing cheeks on camera for 3 years.
And Benzino sat in the same chair and said, I hate that shit.
Yep.
But this is the problem. He said he hated it publicly, but he did like he hasn't found a way and this is the part where I'm like, I understand it because I get it as being a father. I get that the aspect, and I would be ashamed to say that was my daughter. But he hasn't gone behind camera to be like, yo, like let's fix this relationship.
Yes,
but even if he did,
clearly he hasn't done enough. But she still
but I was about to say, here's the big problem. The big problem in society, what was happening with Benzino and Coy, is that kids in our community, it's not other communities. In our community, it's whoever has the most money is king. And it's like, because now it's like the fact that like, if I lived in a world, y'all, where I said I didn't like that my daughter did something and my daughter said I'm clout chasing, I am going to become a recluse. I'm going to move to Antarctica. I'm going to get a village and I'm going to live there. Because if we live in a world where a father being a father now is considered clout chasing, we have lost our fucking way.
That's real.
Like we have lost our way. Like and to me, that goes to the people around Coy who are not, maybe they are, because I know a good friend of mine works closely with her.
Yeah, my dog.
Yeah, I know a few. Anton works with her. I know a few people that work with her. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I'm going to always see a human before I see business, and I'm going to always be like, yo, that's your dad. I don't give a fuck what he doing. You should be thankful. I wish my dad was allowed to clout chase off me.
Right.
You better be thankful that he here. And I think that, and mind you, this has been me with, like, it's Tehran when their father was alive. Like, that's why me and Tehran so close. I never forget, he came to me, he said, my dad wants something. And he was like, and he was going through some shit. He was like, that man, but Ray, he did this and he did that. And I said, I don't give a fuck what he did. He made you. Buy him what he want. I said, and I've never told him this. And I was like, and I told him this. I said, because if I wish my dad was here to do that. And he was like, you know what, Ray, you're right. And he bought it for him. And then years later, 5-6 years later, his dad passed away. And he was like, man, that's why I love you. Because when he was alive and I couldn't see past my own shit, you always reminded me, that's your dad.
Yeah.
That's your dad, bro. Don't ever, you gonna wish he was here. Like, I don't give a fuck how much my mom gets on my nerves. She can get whatever she want. Because I only got one. I don't give a fuck. And my mom is New York in your face motherfucker. What's up, mother? My mother will knock on my bed. My mother will walk in my house. Because, you know, I have 2 houses in the neighborhood. So my mom's house up the street, my house is here. I could be not speaking. And by the way, I'm an emotional person. I can admit that. There have been times where I left the family group chat, said, stay away from me. I don't want to talk to nobody.
I did that.
When you leave the family group chat, you mean
my mother
business.
will come in the house, knock on the bedroom door, and like I'll be in the bed asleep. And will wake my ass up. We gonna talk about this shit. You think you about to do? That's what I'm saying. Like, and I gotta get. That's my dog. She made me.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like for Coy to be disrespecting her father, and he made her. I don't give a fuck if he was a crackhead. Nigga, what Tupac said? Even as a crack fiend, mom, you always was a black queen.
But I got a question, right? So I was actually, it was funny because this was in our
I don't
group
give a
chat.
fuck. I'm just saying. I don't give a fuck if Benzino was broke. I don't give a fuck if he whipped your ass. I don't give a fuck what he did. He's still your father.
This was just in our group chat. We just had this conversation in our group chat because we were talking about loving, like parents not understanding how to parent adults. Like your parents, just because they're still your parents, they still have to understand that now that you're an adult, that they still have to understand how to parent you as an adult. And what we start to lose in our community, especially the black community, is like parents, like you were never taught to, especially as a black man, you were never taught to be emotional. You were never taught to like love and nurturing. Like you were loved as a child, but then when you start getting older, figure that shit out. Toughen up. Don't do that.
I agree. By the way, that's something that we should stop.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you said that because we have to nurture our kids past 18.
Yep.
But I don't give a fuck how much money you got. You still my child.
What age should a man move out the house?
I moved out when I was 18. But I think a man should move out the house when he's ready. The minute that you're ready to start fucking, as a man, you need to get out the house. Because you either gonna be fucking at my house, which I'm paying rent for you fucks, or you're gonna be fucking at her house, which anybody could walk in and hurt you.
Yep.
So the minute that you decide you want to, everybody have sex. When I was a kid, we got it where we got it. Stairwell,
Pebble Beach.
car, wherever we can get it, Aaron, we got it. But when I wanted to get it all the time,
it was time to pay rent.
It was time to stop paying rent.
You had some Pebble Beach experiences?
What's that mean?
You don't know
You're
what
not
Pebble
from New
Beach
York.
is?
It's okay.
No. I don't know what that is.
You went to high school here.
Pebble Beach.
Ray went to high school here.
You can say it 18 more times.
Okay.
Embrace
And
like
I'ma still
I don't know
say
what
it.
you're talking about.
So Pebble Beach. So Pebble Beach is a New York term, and usually for people that live in housing projects or something like that, for the topmost part of the staircase of the building. Mm-hmm. That's Pebble Beach.
Like on the roof.
Sometimes the rooftop, depending.
So that's where y'all would go to get it in.
That's what.
I remember those days. I remember that's why I said staircases. Well, we didn't do that though. Like we just were like one person go on the third floor, another person go on the first floor, and then we watched. So now we know y'all on the second floor going at it, and we like looking. And y'all on the second floor going at it.
What would be like the Atlanta equivalent? Like
the laundromat.
Chicks in the woods.
The laundromat.
Like that?
The laundry.
The woods is crazy. The
This
woods
nigga
is
said
crazy.
the woods.
The woods is insane.
This nigga just said
The woods is crazy, Jack.
That's a good guess. That's
not a good guess, Tamara.
Listen,
No, it's the bleachers or something. That's what y'all do.
I used to live in Alabama too.
And
And niggas was definitely taking chicks in the woods. That's a fact.
That's
See a
Bama.
deer over here?
That's Bama. What we did when we was younger, we would go in empty apartments or laundromats.
What the fuck?
Oh,
A
bando.
laundry mat?
Yeah, well, okay, so okay.
Homie got a
Y'all
wheel.
have
Okay, so
Homie got the
so,
wheels.
so hear me out. In Hidden Woods, we didn't have washer and dryer setups in our house, so you had to have laundry mats in the
apartment complex.
The apartment complex. So that's
The room, the laundry room.
the laundry room.
Oh, okay.
So like it would be like a laundry room where everybody in the neighborhood had to go. So that's where we would go. Because you could like if anybody got no thing going, just keep a lookout. We would go.
We also had the one homie who always his parents and never be at the house.
Well, we didn't have that. Well, Tamasha was that, but his house was too clean. So if you put a dent on the floor,
I used
his
to have a
mom was
homie
like,
that his mama was never at the house. We used to be like
empty apartments,
everybody going over
empty
there.
apartments, empty
Let
apartments.
me ask you a question.
I'm just saying empty apartments. That's important because in the apartment complexes, them empty vacant apartments. Like you could get in the window. You can get in the window. It's a carpet there.
Oh, I thought you meant
It's
Carpet there. It's like that's nothing
like
but room and opportunity.
They were building. I'm not.
We used to fuck empty apartments.
So what's the weirdest place you ever had sex at?
Oh shit.
Oh, that's wild.
I guess
Weird or crazy?
Well, crazy, weird, however, whatever adjective you want.
What's the weirdest place you had sex? I like that question.
Well, this is hard. Well, my mom probably shouldn't watch this. Anyway, on like prom night, we had sex in a limo.
You was a wild motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom, I'm sending it to your mom.
Do not do that.
I'm gonna send it.
My mother's gonna go beat up my boyfriend from high school if you
She
tell
be
her.
like-
Fucking in the limo.
Wait, so everybody was just crashing out in the limo?
It was another couple and us, and we all just was like having.
Juju,
Got an
weirdest
orgy
place
in
you
the
Juju,
limo.
where's the
It was
weirdest
an
place you had
orgy.
sex?
That's great. That's an orgy.
That's
Juju,
not an orgy.
That's
That's
a limo.
Hold on, it was
two
more people in the
having
room.
sex.
Oh, it was more than it was two couples.
Yeah, that's an orgy.
They were over there. I was over here. It
I'm
wasn't
looking.
like that.
Was it like the stretch navigator type?
It was
shit?
the Hummer.
I can still hear you and hear y'all. By the way, I should do the same thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't in a limo, by the way. Like we would be like
In
in
a
the front
small
seat,
car?
in the back seat, in a
That-
small car. My mom had a Subaru station wagon.
How do y'all even have sex in normal cars?
Because you take the station wagon down, you
Let
that
take the
back-
station wagon,
seat
the
all
back
the way
seat
down.
down.
Y'all
And my
having
mom
some
knew that
boring
Cashmere
sex.
was in the back of her station wagon eating
I got
girls
some
out.
off the E-way.
Oh, wow.
I got
That's some
some.
head, but you can't have sex in a car.
Man,
you
I
can.
Dude skin.
Room and opportunity, I guess.
Definitely
That's
catch
just-
the.
Hold on, Juju. What's your weirdest place you had
I
sex?
remember I was dating this girl in college, and she lived in Indiana. So to get to Indiana, you had to go to Chicago O'Hare. So if you ever left O'Hare, there's like a big ass outlet.
Yeah.
All the outlets.
Yeah.
She was like, "Yo, I've been waiting." I was like, "Shit." So we went to an outlet to go. Like we were picking up some clothes or something. So dressing room at the outlet.
You was fucking in J. Crew dressing room?
Nah, it was a
Y'all gonna have y'all
off
pictures
Fifth.
in the front.
Sex off
Or
Fifth.
Fifth.
Sex off Fifth.
Sex or Fifth is crazy. Juju
Sex
is
off
gonna be
Fifth.
banned
I'm
from
there
the.
clapping cheeks. The lady was like,
Juju
the lady
gonna be
walked back there like
banned
2 or
from
3
sex off
times, and she didn't say nothing. I was just like, I was waiting.
Get it.
Hey,
Jack, I know Jack.
Whew. Man, so many places, bro. But I think the most interesting was probably a cornfield.
A cornfield.
Jack, where the fuck is a cornfield, bro?
Jack is
Chad, y'all want to switch seats?
This nigga's in a movie.
Chad,
this nigga named Safari Jack now. He's Safari
Jack.
This nigga don't want to my fucking in the woods.
Right.
So at the time,
cornfield's
I had
crazy.
Children of the Corn. Hey, Children of the Corn came from Jack.
I had a Volvo C70. It was like a hardtop Volvo with the convertible. So we just went to the cornfield and just
cornfield, all place you could go. So what happened if the farmer was just picking his corn that day?
Well, that's trespassing.
He saw some ass.
Something else up on the
This is why you gotta wash your corn. Wash your veggies when you get it.
I think for me the most interesting place. I got hit on an airplane one day.
Okay, that's good.
And I've had a lot of sex in my offices over the years. Not this one.
Yeah,
but I've had a lot of sex in my offices.
No, not this one.
I got some in the Ferris wheel before.
Like,
because you can see it through.
I got some in the Ferris wheel before.
You can see through the window.
A Ferris wheel? Oh, that's a little
not
dangerous.
good. But I'm saying
I got some in the Ferris wheel. The Ferris wheel had got stuck.
I did too.
And we was just sitting up there, and I was like, and it was clear. Like,
I am bringing Lysol wipes with me.
Let's change it. Let's change the subject. I feel seen right now. Let's go. Tamara, go something else.
R. Kelly is suing U.S. prison. I
didn't know prisoners can sue people.
He gonna figure it out.
But so this is my question.
What is he gonna get?
Well, he's suing them because he said that they allegedly leaked his private emails, his calls, and visitor logs to Tasha K. Says it hurt his reputation. Can prisoners, should they have more rights and be protected? Should those emails be protected? Should those call logs be made public, like as a prisoner and award to the state?
So how much rights should you have? Call logs are public, right? Because the motherfucker still might be doing criminal activity while he's in jail. So like, I don't think it should be like. In that aspect, no, he don't have the right to be like, yeah, I'm suing because my shit is public. It's like, no, just because you're having an intimate conversation with your woman, you know what I mean? Prisoners came before you, they had to talk to their wife or talk to, like, I mean.
So no, that's all up for
grabs. I think yes, he just, you got to deal with, like, this is, you made your bed, you got to lay in it, my boy.
That's what happens when you.
I want to, it's something that we're not talking about. By the way,
are
we going to talk about how Keke, mom.
Yep, that's coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's it. So go to that.
No, you go to that.
Oh, okay. So the Keke Palmer versus Baby Daddy. So the newest part of this layer that's going on here is the mom's calls got leaked, and she was calling him all type of little limp dick mother.
Listen, I think that. By the way, I know Keke. I've known Keke, and I know her mom. I met her mom a few times.
I don't want to hear this.
I feel like the mother was completely out of line.
100%.
I feel like we have to allow our kids to live and go through what they're going to go through. Now, if he's harming you, then that's a different conversation that you shouldn't have as a woman, because there was so many layers to it. First of all, a woman shouldn't talk to a man like that, because if a man responds in a physical way, he's completely wrong. So you have to you have to talk to him with respect, but why would she say that about Usher?
But how about to say, but in a different aspect, if you'd have been, if that would have been, Keke would have been my daughter, and I'm her dad, and you put your hands on my daughter, I'm beating your ass. It's not like
that's my point.
So the mother, I much rather him get cursed out.
But guess what though? That's different. That's different though.
I much rather him get cursed out by the mom.
No, that's different. I'd rather the father fight him. I'd rather he get beat up because.
No, because it's no like you didn't touch my baby girl. It's like
that's my point. You're gonna get your ass whipped. But I'm saying,
but there's no limits to the ass whipping.
Here's my problem. Here's my problem. My problem is this, Tamir. I'm gonna say this. My problem is this. I'm gonna say this. If Jack or Juju or anybody ever came in my house and disrespected my house, it's not on a woman to handle. It's on me to handle because I'm a man. I just wish that. I just hate when a woman talks to a man like that, because when a man responds violently, then it goes, you a woman beater. At what point in time do you take responsibility for how you talk to me? Like, that's the father of your grandchild. And you and your family fucked up. It's like, mind your business, man. Like, I think that, to me, I think it was Keke's mom bet her whole life on Keke. And now that Keke is grown, she ain't got her own life. Because when you have your own life, you mind your business. Because even if mom had a man, if that was my woman, That was y'all woman. When
You be
y'all
like,
tell
yeah,
her,
relax.
mind your business.
Mind your business.
Chill.
I
Like,
can't even imagine my mother talking to somebody like that, like a person.
But do you think that came before or after he put his hands on her?
But see, that's what I'm trying to figure out, right? Because when your child gets harmed, you might switch gears.
Yeah,
the switch might go.
But that's what I'm saying, right? Like,
but my point is this:
that's not for the woman to handle.
That's not for, like, the way she talked to him.
Is Keke's father still around? I don't know.
I don't know.
But see, that's the problem. So, like, if her mom is the only person,
But the way she talked to him, bro. My thing is this: if you disrespect the police, I don't get mad at them for fucking you up.
That's true.
If you be at the police like fuck you, blah blah blah, and they fuck you, I don't get mad because, bro, you chose violence and they chose violence back.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way the world works. So for her to call him out like that about, like, to me it was just like, it was scary to me. It's like, this is why men can't be men.
Yeah. This is why women should not date broke men. Or men that
No,
they have more money than.
Nah,
yes,
because
you're gonna end up getting your ass beat. You're gonna end up getting your ass beat.
No.
You're gonna be insecure.
That's true. Because he got money, he got something to lose. He's smarter than that.
Exactly.
But we've seen girls get knocked out on the elevator by they rich billionaire players. My thing is this: is that there is a way.
Talking about a man from Brooklyn?
No. There is a way to talk to a man if you're a woman. And by the way, there's a way for a man to talk to a woman. But you call me out my name. That woman disrespected him, his family, his mother. To me, I don't care what you think. If that man, like, to me, think about this. You could probably take a lot. Somebody could sit in the chair and be like, I don't like you. And you'd be like, okay. And your mom's a dumb bitch who raised her. Like, you see what I'm trying to say? See how you just changed? See how your old energy just changed? Like, nah, nigga, that's my point. Mm-hmm. As much as if she hit 2 below the belt, and it was one of them things where it's like, if I believe that she's no longer gonna have to be able to play a role in her daughter's career after that call.
But Ray, I gotta ask you, did it come before or after he put his hands on her?
It doesn't matter.
No, the reason I say it does, because she didn't touch it. Like,
listen to me. I guarantee you this. It's gonna come. She gonna have to get out her daughter business. She because you know she's been her manager her whole life.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. I think she killed her career. Mm-hmm. The mother did, because it's like code switching. It's like, I'm pretty sure we all have had some ugly conversations. Mm-hmm. But imagine when you see it. Like, imagine me telling somebody, you fucking cunt, piece of shit, bitch. It's like, yo, I was mad, but nigga, when you hear it after you come, it's like, damn, I said that.
Oh, that's like when you go back and read your messages after you done curse somebody out.
No, I don't curse people out via text message. Can I tell you a story? This really happened. This changed. This is the moment that I stopped. Because I have a really bad temper. I don't know if y'all know that. I have a really bad temper. I'm trying to fly on a buddy pass.
Oh,
on AirTran. I'm on AirTran, Aaron. This really happened. Trying to fly on a buddy pass. The lady tells me, I'll let you know if you can get on. She tells me, go sit down. I go sit down. Plane leaves. I come back and tell the lady, excuse me, miss, I thought you told me you was going to let me know. Oh, I'm sorry, you couldn't get on. And then she does like this. Plus, I could tell by the pants you got on, you ain't going to be able to fly with us anyway. So I'm like, I've been saying 2 hours waiting for you to tell me I could fly, and for you to tell me I wouldn't be able to fly anyway. I could have went and bought some pants. And she's like, well, sir, what do you want me to do? You should know the rules. And I said, bitch, I hope that fucking plane crash. And I walked away. And when I walked around the corner, I did exactly what you just did. I just bust out laughing. And I said, Ray, what the fuck the plane crashing got to do with her? You just wished for 100 or something innocent lives to die because this lady pissed you off. And at that moment, I said, you know what, Ray? You got to stop saying what you feel, because just because you feel it don't mean it's right.
So I got a question. Do you think? I know you've seen the video.
And ever since then, when I'm in a situation of conflict, I always walk away. Because I know I'm going to say something that I'm not going to be able to unsay.
Hold on, real quick. Do you remember the video where the kids was throwing paper at the teacher? He was like, whoever threw that, your mom's a hoe.
No, I didn't.
Do you think that teacher feels bad about him saying that it went viral and like he called somebody mother a hoe? Like, you think he's still like, let's think about it.
That's hilarious.
Like,
I bet you whoever threw it was
I'm
like,
pretty sure
because that
shit was classic. Like, that teacher had that shit on. He had that on. He had that queued up. He said, whoever threw that piece of paper, your mom's a hoe. You think he feels bad?
That kind of happened to me before.
I had a coach in high school that did that.
When I was in junior high, I was real bad. And we had this teacher named Mr. Hayworth. And when he I got to laugh just thinking about it. So, like, when he would turn his back, we would throw like paper balls, pens, spit balls, like all types of shit. So eventually he set up a camera in the room to like catch everyone. So I just made me think about that shit. But I wanted to ask you something. What kind of pants did you have on that she said that you couldn't get on the flight?
When you fly a buddy pass, you had to wear slacks or business attire. So I had on pants, I had on jeans, and she was like, "You ain't gonna be able to get on anyway." But my point is that after I realized, I said that I was like, "That's not cool. You got to stop doing that." So ever since then, that was about 13 years ago. I just walk away from arguments. So anytime I'm mad, because I know I'm gonna say something I don't mean.
I would love to get to that point in life.
Yeah, but you have to though. It's the only way to function because there's cameras everywhere.
I ain't glad shit build character though. Those moments build character for you too.
I have these two things on my shoulders, and this one be like, walk away, don't do it, don't. But this one, turn the whole shit up, knock everything over. Oh man, and I always end up listening to the one that says turn it all up.
You got names for the things on your shoulder?
No, it's just the good side and the bad side. It's in the loud one.
Try naming them, like, you know.
I got shut the fuck up.
We're gonna talk about what's name.
I'm not gonna do that. Right, no, I'm doing it right now. Okay, so wait. Is that
Nigga said we gonna talk about this or what?
Oh wait, no, I don't know what you. I don't got that one.
Did y'all see what happened at the Rod Wave show?
No.
200 cars got broken.
232 cars got broken into. That's some depressing shit, man.
That pain music, man.
But this is what. But there's a rumor that said the kids that broke into the cars had warned everybody before they went that they were gonna break into all the cars.
What do you mean?
And people still went and drove their cars.
They pulled up and was like, "Hey, y'all, we're gonna break in cars."
Nah,
tonight,
like they had put out a PSA. Like the kids in DC been running rampant.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Cars. So they had put out a PSA and said that they were gonna break into cars. But you talking about 232 cars is insane.
What do people try to get out of these cars when they break into the fucking car?
Guns,
purses.
I'm not taking nobody else's gun if it got a body on it. Oh, y'all violent.
You think if I'm stealing a gun, I'm worried about what bodies are on it?
I don't know. Shit.
I stole the goddamn gun.
I would be a smart criminal if I tried it.
Matter of fact, I'm the person that put bodies on it. That's why I'm stealing it. The person that has it is there to protect themselves. That's why it's in their car.
Jesus. I'm not approaching nobody stealing out of cars. Okay, so my girl Tasha K, she's back at it again, and I swear to God, she don't stop because she done got sued a million times and she don't give a fuck. So she had what is supposed to be Will Smith's former assistant / best friend on the show, and he claims that he walked in on Will bent over a couch in Dwayne Martin's dressing room in the past, having anal sex, adding that Dwayne was standing up killing him, murdering him, and it was murder in there. That's a direct quote.
Ew, I don't even want to think about that.
Okay, so to me, I want everybody to know what happened with what's happening with Will Smith and his family is why it's very hard to be rich, famous, and powerful. Because in order for you to scale, you have to let people come in and help. Those people will code switch and tell you they're one thing, whole time they're another thing, gathering intel that can eventually hurt you. And if you don't treat them good, they're gonna hurt you. And to me, what happened with Will, like, I feel like instead of everybody being focused on what was said, which I don't believe is true, we should be focusing on who said it and why the fuck would you say something like that about somebody that you work for? Like, why the fuck would you take time to put somebody in business? Like, do you know how many secrets I know in this business? You know how many secrets we all know?
Yeah. Right.
And if we told those secrets on this show, it'll make this show go number one. Mm-hmm. But we just sold our soul. And I don't want to sell my soul. I want people to fuck with me because of me, not because I got some information on somebody else. So to me, it's like, I don't know if that guy got paid, but I know for a fact he's never gonna, he better write a tell-all book because he's never gonna get a fucking another job in his life.
Go get a CDL.
He's never gonna get a job. Or he better turn to be Tasha's co-host. But to sit on the couch and blatantly tell somebody's business.
Yeah, because
now, mind you, if it's harmful, like you saw him fucking.
And he had nothing to gain from that shit.
Way different. But you shouldn't tell a blogger, you should tell the police. But if it's not something that's a crime, the fact that you going out there saying it is lame to me.
He had nothing to gain from it.
And why do it now? If this happened all the time for real, all them years ago.
Bill's
getting executed.
But my thing is, and don't get me wrong, I will say this. There'll be times, Samira, where you have these people come into your circle. They start thinking it's sweeter than what it is. And then you kind of have to fire them or let them go or warn them. And then you realize this motherfucker, it's kind of like saying, here's what a secret place is. And you let everybody know and you realize one person don't know. Now it's like, okay, we either gonna move the secret place or we're gonna have to ruin this person's motherfucking life.
So if you're coming up in the industry, because this is supposed to be his former assistant and best friend.
That's terrible.
Like,
That's
how do
lame
you
as fuck.
create these boundaries, and how do you even trust people?
That's lame as fuck.
It's tough to trust people, but that's why
He probably gonna get sued anyway. 'Cause he
Yeah,
probably
like-
signed an
that's
NDA.
why a lot of
NDAs.
celebrities make people
But
sign
but,
NDAs.
but on another note, it's hard to. You can't trust people. You can't, and as long as there's an interest in celebrities, there will be someone out there who's willing to leak information that's going to line their pockets.
But we don't hear this type of stuff from Jay-Z's
And
older
my
assistants or Beyonce's older assistants.
Because Jay-Z and them is the mafia. And them, whoever's with
Inside.
them is still with them. You heard what Dame said. Dame said,
got the same circle.
Jay-Z, I got rid of my assistant and he hired her. Like, he was smart. You got to keep the people around. Like, you can't pay for that kind of loyalty. But the crazy part is, it's weird. You actually are paying for that kind of loyalty.
Yeah.
Because the minute you stop paying the person, the minute that you have somebody sitting on Tasha K couch telling your fucking business because you can't pay for that loyalty. So that's the scary part. That's why. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, last thing before I move to American Godfather. Kim Kardashian covered GQ's Men of the Year magazine. And I'm just so over these people. But I do want to say, if it was a black woman doing this, y'all would have been jumping down her throat about how we're trying to demasculize a black man and blah, 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 blah. But Kim Kardashian do whatever the fuck she wants because y'all let Kim get away with anything. But anyway, how do we feel about a female being the cover of GQ's Men of the Year?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't give a fuck. I don't read GQ Men of the Year. So, like, I personally don't give a rat's ass. But also, it's kind of on brand for what she just did. Her Skims is the official underwear for the NBA. So, it kind of makes sense on all the branding that she's
I
doing.
didn't look at it. That was,
Yeah,
I
but
see that.
I mean, everybody's reaching right now. I feel like everybody's lost. The labels are lost. The magazines are lost. The motherfucking TV channels are lost. I feel like everybody's lost and trying to find their way, and they're doing anything and everything to create just a little inch of to get ahead, even if that means putting a woman on the cover of a magazine.
I'm about to say, what's crazy? I just told you, I don't read GQ magazine.
We've never talked about GQ until they put a woman on there. So that's what I'm saying. So I
Right.
feel like everybody's lost. And they don't just know how to make
man.
stories interesting, and we're gonna get ready for that. We're gonna have. I wouldn't like. Trust me, baseball is a sport right now that's like losing popularity. Been losing since for years. I wouldn't be surprised if baseball puts a transgender player or a female player just to bring people in. Like it's because you have to do things like
To get the eyes.
to get the audience, to get the eyes on them. Exactly.
Okay, so moving on to American Godfather. People are trying to figure out how to bring back masculine fathers in the house. How do you think that we should go about reintroducing masculine black men into our family structure?
Reintroducing?
Yeah, because right now,
Re-
well, we
she-
had a gap, right?
I
So I
like that.
wanna
It's actually, she's
reintroduce.
right. It is but I want to hear y'all. I got to take on this.
I think. So you remember when you used to get in trouble in school, and your mom had to come up sit up at school? Your mom would literally
Sit in
come
the
and sit in
classroom
the
with
classroom. Now I think dads need to go sit in the classroom. Like a dad need to go sit in the class. Like, you showing your ass? I need to go sit in the classroom and be like, okay, to let them know, like, nah, he does have a parent at home. Now he does have a father at home. And now, like, my dad, like his dad, okay, cool. I'm taking note of everything you doing. Now the discipline you get to the house is gonna be very like. It's gonna add up. This tally's gonna add up. You gonna know.
But we in
exactly,
this era of soft parenting and all
no
that
such thing as
bullshit.
no damn soft parent. I ain't gonna
Dad
lie
is
to
talking.
You. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That was what I was getting to. You're right. Go ahead.
Yeah, like for my daughter, like I pray I don't like. I know at some point I'm gonna have to. It's gonna come a time where I'm gonna have to make a decision. Do I spank my daughter or how do I handle it? 'Cause like even now, like we have this thing where it's just like I don't put my hands on her, but I'm like, hey, I'm gonna start counting, and I'll start counting. She knows what that means. Like so, I'm already establishing an authoritative figure to like, look, like I'm not playing. Like this is, and I don't raise my voice. But when she does hear me raise my voice, she like, oh, like you can see, oh shit, like what am I?
The fear.
So like, there's a certain level. If you lose that aspect of fear in your household with your kids, then you lost all control. So like, I feel like we have to reestablish the masculinity. Is like you got to strike the fear in your kids' heart. You got to be like, no, I ain't the one to be fucked with. Like I'm not about to, like, you're not about to play with me. I'm not a child.
Wait, but you just said earlier that like we're not teaching black men to be emotional and things like that. So
Oh,
how
you
do
can-
we balance this?
Fear is an emotion, and you gonna feel this emotion. Like you gonna like, Because if you gotta think about it, if your kid has no fear for you, they also probably don't have respect for you. And respect is probably the most important part to having, because it's I was bad as I could do bad shit. Like as a kid, I would do mischievous shit, and I would be like bad. But I always had respect. Like people always be like, "Oh, he's so respectful. He says yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir." Like that. That's just how I was. So it's like when a kid doesn't realize that they don't even understand how to code switch, and they're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna be all out bad. Oh, it's like, nah, you ain't got no fear in your heart, little fella. So I gotta put some fear in your heart.
Little fella.
You want to go?
Well, I think there's a couple of things with that. I mean, coming up in NYC, in my neighborhood, a lot of the fathers was in jail. So there was a generation that like missed fathers. So there was still like some positive role models in the hood and stuff like that. But I mean, I had my dad until he died. You know what I'm saying? But I think really what can get that back is, men need to spend more time with their kids. And I think a lot of times, especially if it's a situation where the father doesn't live with the child, because I know off the top of my head of 2 situations personally, like, my people's, that because of some of the child support laws and the custody, that these men are not seeing their kids, and they're not being able to chastise or to be in their kids' lives. And I think that's one of the first things that that whole system, it has to be changed.
Child support,
custody, when there's a difference of opinion and the relationship changes between the mother and the father, that shit has to be changed.
Listen, man, all that shit is bullshit. Here's the issue. You want to change, you want to bring masculine men back. What we have to do is women have to allow men to be men again. And the reality is that sometimes being a man is ugly. Sometimes, there's been a lot of ugly things that happen in America for us to live free. Let's just be honest, right?
Yeah.
So there are a lot of ugly things that need to occur for men to be men. Keke mom was being a mom. But when you hear it, you gotta know, like, that was ugly hearing it. So imagine hearing it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, imagine a dad saying, "I'll fuck you up in this motherfucker." People be like, "Save that child." No. We need to allow, like, there is a need for fear in today's society. And society is fucked up today because there's no fear. And the only way to get fear back is by allowing men to have a voice in society. Now, let me tell you how hard it's been being a man. We voted for Donald Trump. Why do you think we voted for Donald Trump? Like, think about, why do you think people voted for him? As ugly as the things he said was, the reason why people voted for him was because he was talking the way a man in the house would, unapologetically. And that resonated with America. So where everything is right now, I just feel like in order to allow men to be men, women have to be okay with the male voice being heard. And I feel like we got to a place in society maybe about 8 or 9 years ago, maybe like 7 years ago, where women just kind of like got tired of hearing men's voices and was like, we're going to take over. And I think the more that women take over and quiet and silence men, because as loud as men have been, you can't tell me as a man in here that your woman didn't have, or whoever you was dealing with didn't have any kind of influence over you, right? You went home and you talked to her about it, but you still made your own man decisions. And I think that in today's world, as long as men don't have a voice, we're going to see the violence is going to get worse, the people going to get worse, and it's going to have to break itself down to rebuild it back up again. It's just that simple. Like even me watching me and you argue about customer service, like, I love you. You know, I've been loving you. Like, but in that moment, I saw myself and I'm like, damn, why am I talking to her like that? Right? You know what I'm saying? But I was just doing what I think a man should do. Like, it's not even, it's just, as a man, your job is to lead. And sometimes a man's job is to tell you, like, shut the fuck up. We ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it might be ugly when you hear it, but it's necessary. And
ugly, but necessary.
As long as, it's going to get worse, y'all. It's going to get worse.
I'm about to say, when we, like, just going back to those kids breaking into cars, I guarantee you half those kids don't got father figures in the house, because, like, I'm whooping my son ass, he walk in the house, and you come in with stolen shit from a car. I'm like, the fuck you stealing from a car for? Like, what are you doing? So I think the ass was like, we gotta get back to giving ass whoopings out.
I'm all about that.
Like giving out real old.
And guess what?
Good one.
And guess what? Those ass whippings will be ugly.
Oh yeah.
Like if I saw footage of me getting whipped as a child, I'd probably feel bad for him. But it made me who I am today.
Right.
And the reason why I didn't smoke weed my whole life, the reason why I never got in no real trouble with the law, I never got in no shit was because I was afraid of Lorraine. And as long as she was there and will fuck me up in front of everybody, I don't mind. Y'all can laugh all day.
That's real.
Y'all laugh all day. She'll fuck me up in front of y'all. So
I could see
fear of my mother is what made me become a citizen, an outstanding citizen. Me too. That's why the reason why these kids are so messed up right now is because they don't fear anything, because they have access to too much information. And to me, it's like you have to drive fear.
I think everybody has a case study in their family. I got a case study like with my first cousin, like who I grew up with. Like every summer, you got that one cousin you go hang out with, and y'all with together every single day. I got a cousin like that, and literally, I remember one summer, it was right before 4th of July. We had some fireworks, we had sparklers, and then we out in the country, North Carolina in the country. Okay, I could do that. We had the sparklers. And his name's Stefan. Stefan badass was like, hey, let's put all the sparklers together and let's light them on at one time and let's see what it does. And we had to be off like 11. I was 11, Stefan was 13. So he was like, let's light them all together and see what happens. And he was like, let's throw some black cats in there too. Mind you, just a big ass ditch behind my grandma's house. Ditch is full of fucking old leaves. Like Stefan throws the sparkles back there. The whole ditch goes on fire. Oh my God. My cousin, my aunt Stephanie, comes outside. She falls inside the ditch, rolls her ankle, putting the fire out, trying to save the neighbor's house from neighbor's house catching on fire. So like Stephanie, she never beat Stefan's ass. Stefan never got beatings. He was the.
Her name is Stephanie. His name is Stefan.
Yeah,
you know she loved her baby.
Yeah, so like so my mom was like, my mom whooped my ass, right? My mom whooped my ass, and she's like, she was about to whoop Stefan's ass. It's like she hit Stefan, and he was like, my mama don't beat me. Like he was doing all like so. Stephanie got like, it was a whole falling out to my family about this shit, right? But the ditch was on fire, the house damn near caught on fire, whatever. So fast forward 10 years later, Stefan goes to prison. 10 years. He gets like 10 years.
Could have seen that coming.
But he gets 10 years for robbery and like some other shit, right? So he got wild ass charges. Stephanie calls my mom one day and had a heart to heart. She was like, man, I wish I would have whooped Stefan's ass growing up like you disciplined Juju, because Juju was always like, he was always such a good kid. He never did. He got into like his, of course, the little riffs and bullshit, but he never actually got into real trouble. She's like, but that comes from like Stefan never knew discipline, and I was like, bro, like everybody has a case study in their family.
It's my entire family. Like I got cousins that walk around the studio that never been whipped. You could tell they never been whipped. Yeah. How they walk around the studio. Like it's no disrespect to them. My mom fucked me up. Yeah. Like sometimes I'm gonna fuck you up today for some shit you gonna do next week just because I'm
just to sprinkle
it in. I got an ass whooping on my birthday one year, bro. My mom did not give a damn. Birthday ass whooping is crazy.
That's insane.
That's what I'm saying.
Whooping my ass on my birthday, girl. You gotta give me one day off.
Oh, you think it's because
give me one day. Wait, hold on. Ray said something earlier, and I want to go back to it. You said things kind of changed about 7 years ago, and I know I really think that it was all right when we started going to college. I think black women, more of us finished college than the black men did, right? So we came out, we started getting better jobs and becoming more successful. So I think when we became the breadwinners, it took away some of that masculinity.
I figured it out.
You got it?
I know what the problem is.
I'm getting there.
I know what the problem is.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you just led me somewhere.
You finish it.
Can I tell you why society is so fucked up? Because men, like myself, I'll admit it, men, great, smart, brilliant men, started fucking sluts. And hear me out.
I like the logic.
And what happened was, I'm blaming men. What happened was, powerful men started fucking sluts. And then they started giving those sluts voices. And then now you have the slut walk. And now you have sluts saying, I need to be respected and seen. And now you have other women saying, why is my nipple not out? It's like it was a man. I was like, go ahead, baby. And I'm telling you, if you look at society right now, the problem is that, like, look at it. Kanye West, he married Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian was considered a slut. She had a sex tape. That's how we know her, from a sex tape. And he married her. Powerful men started marrying slutty women and gave those slutty women voices. And those slutty women started saying, what's wrong with being a slut? Like, powerful men started taking Amber Rose on a fucking red carpet. Oh my God. Nicki Minaj is Tiger's fucking Black China. Like, think about it. All these powerful men started sleeping with slutty girls, or what society deemed as slutty girls, and those slutty girls start saying, why can't I be a slut? Like, look at the shit with Chad Ochocinco and fucking Shannon Sharp. He's like, you should go be Yvonne. She's a virgin.
He's like, hell no.
I want Miss Big B Nasty. Like, powerful men started wanting sluts, and they gave sluts voices. And now, so I will say this, it is our fault.
Yes. Put it on a t-shirt.
Powerful men started fucking with slutty girls, and that's where the slut walk was born. Remember, nobody cared about the slut walk until we saw 21 Savage out there with her.
Talking about.
Then it was like, damn. Like now, I made niggas say, damn, 21 out there, man. Let's take it. We got to think about this because that's a real solid
hoes need
nigga.
love too.
Huh?
Say the hoes need love
That's
too.
what I'm saying. So then, what happened was that slutty girls started taking over society. It's our fault. I'm gonna take it, Tamira. It's actually men's fault why the world is fucked up. But
What's today's date? November 15th,
But-
2023.
November 17th. But
Oh shit.
I will say this.
No, it was the 15th.
It's the
actually.
15th.
It's the 17th.
Oh, the 17th. Got somebody using their noodle. This is
It's
why
the
Ray gets
17th.
paid the big bucks.
Oh.
The 17th it is on. That's why Ray gets paid
Executive
the big bucks.
producer, nigga, airs on the 17th, nigga. Nigga looked at his watch like you like I looked at my watch too, by the way.
I'm looking at I looked at both of y'all like,
Thank you,
yeah.
Juju. Now, but I will,
Somebody got it.
But Tamira, I will. So I feel like it's our fault. We gave the sluts voices, and then what happened was that the good girls, the great women, the good women who was raised right, started realizing that the slutty girls were getting the good men. So then the good girls, like a Keke Palmer, start coming out with their ass cheeks out because it's like I want the attention that the slutty girls
And
get.
the one who showed her boobs the other day.
Aisha Curry.
Aisha
Remember
Curry didn't show
that?
her boobs.
No, she didn't show her boobs.
Aisha
But
Curry,
remember,
right?
she
said
started trying to be more
mad 'cause
sexy.
She was mad because she's like, I'm not getting enough attention.
And started.
The fuck you mean you're not getting no attention?
You have a man at home.
Oh, Steph Curry wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. The girls want attention. But anyway, in closing, I want to ask you guys, which movie has the best soundtrack?
Ooh.
Rap or R&B? Because I got two.
Yeah.
I only got one. I was going to say Wait in the Exhale, so I don't know.
Life?
Belly.
Life.
Ray
yours.
said- okay.
Or Space Jam?
Space was the... Because he got, I believe,
Well,
like
I
a
believe
flower.
What you gonna say? What you gonna
Space
say?
Jam slapped.
I said belly.
Space Jam.
Oh, you were
slapped.
serious?
Belly.
Ray said, oh, you was
Have you-
serious.
Well, I know you're a movie.
Yeah, I see.
You
Yeah.
saw Belly, right?
I would say the best one is probably Above the Rim, or what's the movie Boomerang?
Boomerang was
Because
good.
Boomerang was the kind of the intro to LaFace. That Boomerang was how LA broke LaFace. Remember?
What about The Bodyguard? The Bodyguard had a good one too.
Ooh.
I thought The Bodyguard was her album though.
It was, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh, Love Jones.
I never even seen Love
soundtrack's
Jones.
hard.
I'm not the biggest
Oh,
fan.
you can't say that out loud, Ray.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Love
I've
Jones-
never seen Love
I didn't-
Jones, and I'll hate that I ever watched
seen
Color
the
Purple.
play.
Love Jones is not a good.
Ah,
I hate
So,
that I watched the Color
it's
Purple.
coming
Purple.
back out.
Put this on the record.
Oh,
Love
I
Jones is
got
not a
one.
good.
I got
Love Jones.
one.
is
Love
not
Jones
the-
is for
not a
Love
great
Jones
movie.
is for people that wake up every morning and text their friends Grand Rising.
Love Jones was not. Love Jones also was not a great movie. You put that on record for me.
That sounds
If
like
you
I
text
never
your
seen
girl
the
Grand
play.
Rising, you watch Love Jones.
What about New Jack City?
I love New Jack City.
Teddy Riley did that one.
Yeah, that was good. Yep,
yeah,
New Jack City.
Color
And
Me
Juice had a good one too.
Juice
was
was
good.
the one I was trying
We
to
need
get
to bring
in my
back
head.
Creed actually had a really good
I would say
soundtrack
we need to
too.
bring back good soundtracks, and they did a good job with the Judas and Messiah. Was
Black Judas.
Black Judas? And, yeah, that was a good one
Purple
too.
Rain count as a movie soundtrack?
Yes,
Good question.
Purple Rain is the best movie soundtrack
Purple
of all
Rain
And
time.
that's
was
the answer.
definitely-
Purple
There
Rain is
we
the best
go.
movie soundtrack of
Jack,
all time.
there
I think
you go.
Future's version or Prince's version?
Hold on. I got one now. What about
Not-
which one
I
was
just
it that Curtis Mayfield did? I think it's Superfly.
Superfly.
A
That
That was
shit's
good.
crazy
Oh,
too.
friend.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm still laughing at the future of Prince thing. You play too much. All right, so that's all I have today, Ray. What you got for us in closing?
Nothing, man. Just
Beat y'all kids' ass.
Let them
man.
comments, man. Leaving them comments.
like leave
man.
comments. By the way, leave
Like,
comments.
I
Yeah.
argue back in the comments. So.
I
Whoop
don't.
y'all kids. Beat they ass.
Juju and Tamira are good for arguing back in
Oh,
comments.
Juju's IG page is back.
I'm back. Hey, I'm back.
Free Juju.
Juju underscore
Well,
McClain.
he's-
We back outside.
He's freed.
He's freed. Yeah,
We back
Free
outside.
Juju. We should have
Right.
said free
It's
Juju
backwards
last
now,
week.
so
Yeah, it's kind of
Juju's
backwards.
free.
Shout out to Juju. Never mind. Shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to Two Loss. Shout out to Yoko Vodka. Shout out to Tone Carey. And this is the Culture Report presented by the God Show, and we are out.
Deuces.
Y'all are crazy.
Not beat your ass as your closing message.
Yeah, beat the kids' ass. Get the kids' ass.
I'm making a t-shirt that says beat the kids.
Excuse me, Mr. Bird.
Mr. Barker.
We're gonna need a drop from you for the culture report.
All right, cool.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Bruh.